Okay, so I've got these levels all set out now with the main outline of each story, and especially the walls where I have the piers with these bays where the windows go. And the windows are set out identically in each bay, starting from level 1. It's a bit different on the ground floor, so you can come back to that, but it's good to start with level 1, which is the most standard, I suppose, layout. And then just clicking on the window tool, load family, then you can browse to P Drive, Interior Design, CAD 2, and the Brief 2 folder has the window, Sash Window, which is just from the library. If you go to the Revit library, it's, I'm pretty sure, still called Sash Window. But I'll just put it there so it's easier to find. And then, and also I put the size in, so it's going to help you if you load this one. And so it's the second size there that should be the right size for this project. Yeah. It's a Georgian window. If you want to know the kind of window, those glazing bars are basically what make it Georgian.
There's no number, it just says Sash Window.
Yeah, once you've loaded it.
Library, it just says Sash Window.
That's right. The name of the family is Sash Window, and then within that family, you've got a few different sizes that you can choose. So, yeah. And so now that I've loaded it, I can. I'm going to check my sill height. So minus 270 is not very good. I'm going to change that just to 700 or something, and then I'll place it just roughly to begin with inside that bay where it needs to go. And then I'm going to do one down here as well. That's actually the more important one. And then looking at the floor plans, you can see the spacing there is only very roughly given, and I'll show you how to work that out in a second. But then in the section and the elevations, I was going to say you should be able to see the sill height, but I haven't given you a dimension. So let's just see if I can eyeball it. It's about 700 anyway. I can just see by eye there, maybe a little bit higher, but well, it's a very easy thing to adjust if the sill height needs to change. So I'll leave it at 700. And then to get the spacing, you need to work out what the even spacing would be between these windows. So I'm going to copy this one just to the right a little bit. And then you could do that as well, same thing, yeah. And so then I'll dimension mainly the gaps of what I'm interested in. You could dimension the window as well if you like, but again, I'm not really interested in that measurement. I want to know the distance between them. And this can just help with your working out. Okay, so we need to know how to make those numbers even. So you can do it in your head if you want to, but otherwise it's not a hard thing to just add up. So 720 plus 1060 divided by 3, so 600 is going to be the spacing between each of those. So as long as I set that, then it should work out now to have that left over in the middle as well. So I've got the first two windows spaced inside my bay the way I want them to be, and so just with Control I'll select both of them, and then using the copy tool, I can then snap to a point in the bay. So maybe the corner point in that bay there I can use as my base point, and then I can use the corner point in the next bay, and they should be set out the same way. Just copy again and do the same thing. So, I had them still selected, and then yeah. So there's a trick though. If you want to select previous, when you right click, you can just go select previous. But I clicked on that thing, so that gave me that. So I can do the same here, and the spacing is going to be a little bit different. So you'd need to again just take your time and work that out. So firstly I'll get a second window in there, and then again drawing my dimensions to get the spacing measured. So, like I said, it is slightly different to the other measurement. So 795 plus 1070. So 65 divided by 3. So 20, well, let's just do it. 21 and a third. So we'll round that off and say 22. So 622. And this is the sort of design decision you make every day. So you would just decide, right, if that's 622 on the two sides, and then you would live with the fact that it's 621 in the middle, and that's close enough to being even. Alright, so then again with those two windows selected, using control, using copy, I can again choose a good base point like this corner. This time I'll tick multiple, save a bit of time, and then again picking it up at the corner there, and then I can snap to the other two corners of the next two bays. Okay, so then before I go too far, I'll have a look at the 3D view, and I can see then the windows look okay on that level. So I'll go back to that plan, and good way of selecting all those windows is just to select one of them, right click, and then select all instances, either in entire project or visible in view, doesn't matter here. So I've selected all the windows, copy to clipboard, and now I can go to paste, align to selected levels, and I'm going to choose ground floor and then level 2 with control. Okay. And then in the 3D view, again, I can check that they're all laid out properly. So the if I go to the ground floor, the windows on this side aren't necessary, so I'll delete those and replace those with doors in a second. On level 2, some of these windows need to change, but I can't see it very clearly here, so I'm going to go back to the 3D view. And then using control, I'm going to select the windows in the middle bays on the top floor. So just those 4 windows there, which all become the arched windows. Okay, so to change them, I need to load that arch family from the library. So the trick for that is to go to Edit Type, and then you get the load button there. Okay, so now I can go to, again, the folder on the P drive, and CAD 2, Brief 2, and you've got half arch Sash Window. Okay, so I'll just click OK for now, and you'll see it'll change all of those windows, but 2 of them are facing the wrong way. Okay, so finally to fix those windows, in that floor plan, I need to know, well firstly I need to know which one I'm trying to fix. So let's have a look at them. This one's going the right way, this one is going the wrong way. So I can select it in the 3D view, and then if I go to the plan view where that window lives, I can see it there. This is the blue one that was selected. Still selected. So I'm going to go to mirror pick axis, and I'm going to turn off copy on the options bar. So that's here the most important thing. You've got to turn copy off, and now I'll be able to find the midpoint or the center line of that window. All families have them, or most families have them. Okay, so once I've found that, I can choose it. The window won't look any different here, but in the 3D view, you can see now that's facing the right way. Okay, so it's the same with the other one. If you select that window, it makes it easier to see it when you go back into the plan. There it is. Mirror pick axis, and then I can find the, again, the center line. But there, it's looks of it's changed, and it's because, probably guessed it, I didn't turn copy off. So it gave me a copy, and I don't want that. I'll turn that off, and I'll do it again. And in the 3D view now, well, that's both of them done. So then finally, to get the doors in, the garage doors, they're just the family that you'll find in the main library. So if you're listening to the audio, it's going a bit haywire. Okay, so to get those, just using the door tool, again, load family, and in doors, you'll find really any of these overhead doors should work, but the overhead rolling definitely will work. So I'm just going to place it roughly to begin with again. And then I'll come back and select it and have a look at the properties. So I want to look at the measurements first. So I'm going to measure this spacing, 4680. So edit type. I'm going to select the door first, and again edit type. I don't want to keep that size. So now, sorry, what was the measurement though? I forgot. 4680. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. So again, edit type, and I'm just going to go to rename, and I'll call it 4680 by. Well, actually, the height. Has anyone checked that yet? I think it's about 3,500, but I'll see in the section. Yeah, it's around 3,500. Okay, so that way it doesn't keep the old name, that's all. And so then here, the height and the width I'll match to my name I've given. Okay, so it's gone slightly off to one side, so with a line, I can choose one side of my bay or my opening and then the side of the door, and it should line up exactly. And then you can, just like the windows, copy them with multiple, probably it's a good idea, from one bay to the next and the next. Okay, so in the 3D view you can see there, that's the effect you should get, with the door essentially taking up that whole opening and having no wall then here. So this is the main wall. It should be entirely within that opening. Oh, so I just use the overhead rolling. Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
What was it that would check to get all the windows and the levels? I missed it.
Copy to selected levels. Paste to selected levels. Yeah. So I'll finish that one there anyway.